A Georgian mom that hoped her kids would enjoy the school fall holiday away from home, but they never reached their destination. Here's the heartbreaking story of how she lost her 11-year-old son and how her daughter was affected by a tragic accident. This year's school fall break would have been a memorable time for Tracy Mosley, a Georgian mother of 7. She scheduled a family holiday in Texas, and her brood was excited as they got ready to greet other family members in the area. Expectedly, most families would never pray for family vacations to end, especially when visiting their relatives, a familiar terrain, or hometowns. For parents, it's a time to enjoy the company of other relatives while feeling relaxed and at peace. They also never have to worry too much about their kids as many eyes would be on the lookout. While this would have been the highlight of Tracy Mosley's family trip, sadly, it was not, because she and her kids never reached Texas, their getaway destination. On Sunday night, during their road trip, a hit-and-run driver who was in the wrong swerved towards their vehicle, and the family witnessed a terrible crash that claimed the life of 11-year-old Robert, Tracy's only son. In the early hours of Sunday morning, Tracy and her kids, originally from Metro Atlanta, traveled in a Chevy Trailblazer to their vacation spot. They'd also had 3 others in the vehicle. Sadly, Tracy would never get her son back, but he left behind a memory immune to death. Everyone remembers him as a loving and obedient child who never talked back. According to the grieving mother, who spoke to reporters over a Zoom call, the Trailblazer was spacious, and everyone fit comfortably inside. It was enough room for everybody to have a seat, she noted. Unfortunately, a speeding vehicle crashed into theirs on a narrow stretch near Beaumont with heavy construction. Jamal Madison, who was behind the wheel of the family's vehicle, was certain he was in the right lane. In his words, "I'm in the right lane. The car comes over and switches in front of me. I turned the steering wheel to the left, hit the guardrail, and the car flipped." Following the accident, Tracy quickly checked on everyone. She called out their names and got responses. However, when it was time for Robert to answer, there was a deafening silence, a silence that caused her to pass out. Tracy recalled, "We had 2 Roberts in the car. I said, 'Where's my Robert?' I blacked out. I don't remember anything else past that." She added, "My daughter said once the car flipped, she saw him. Once it stopped, she didn't anymore." Robert had been thrown from the car and did not survive the hit. According to the Texas Department of Public Safety, he died at the scene. Where are they now? Unfortunately, that day, Tracy lost her only son, Robert. In addition, his 16-year-old sister, who sat next to him, sustained terrible injuries, which left her in critical condition. She is currently receiving treatment, but there is little hope that she will fully recover and become how she was before the accident. Her aunt, Tracy's twin sister, Stoncia, explained, "She's possibly paralyzed from neck down. She cannot be moved for weeks. She's conscious. She's not talking, but she's aware alert." Robert's death and his sister's condition are heartbreaking for the family. But while they have hope of continuing life with the latter, they would never set eyes on their loving son. The family is devastated that their little Robert is gone, and they cannot accept this new reality. In an honest/emotional tone, Tracy spoke about how impossible it has been to function without her child. According to her, "I can't eat. I can't sleep. I want my son back," she said. "Everyone can say they're sorry. I just want my son back." Who was Robert? Robert only turned 11 last month. He was Tracy's first son and 5th child. His mother's Facebook photos of him showed that the young lad was bubbly and a happy chap. Sadly, Tracy would never get her son back, but he left behind a memory immune to death. Everyone remembers him as a loving and obedient child who never talked back. His mother claimed, "He was a grown man in a child's body. He was an angel who always helped everybody." Nothing has been heard from the other driver, not even his identity. However, Stocia pleaded with him to report himself and help the family find closure. Amid Robert's demise, one question continues to linger in the minds of his family members. Why did the 11-year-old ask to switch seats with his sister almost an hour before the accident? Following the nerve-wracking tragedy, a local TV station shared it on its page, and many showed sympathy by reaching out to the family through prayers and hopeful messages. "Dear God, Please be with this family as they try to accept and deal with this tragedy. May they be able to find some peace in your everlasting love. Another one says, sad and heartbreaking. Praying for the family and for God to give them strength and peace during this difficult time. Then the next message is, absolutely heartbreaking. Dear God, please be with the family during their time of need. Prayers. We pray and hope that Tracy's daughter is restored and regains her ability to walk again. Our hearts also go out to the family as they mourn their loss, Robert, who has joined his fellow angels in heaven.